Hey guys, there's this new show that just hit the airwaves last week on the WB. You might not have heard of it because it's relatively unknown, but it's pretty funny, so you should check it out. It's called The Cool King of Calabasas, and it's about some guy who played the nigga on Men in Black or something, I don't know. He's like some guy I went to school with, but they gave him a show and he stars himself, I guess. He's from the same city as Meek, but he's a pussy, so the chasers ran down in his ass and forced him to run away to the hidden hills with his aunt and uncle. So now that he's not around broke Negroes, he suddenly thinks he's cool and goes around doing whatever and getting into all sorts of mishaps. So his family consists of a dark-skinned intelligent aunt who gets replaced by some light-skinned nobody later on for no reason, and the niggas really thought we wouldn't notice. And his uncle is like the main character of the show. He's a judge that doesn't take all that nonsense from anybody, and as a result there's some dynamic between him and his nephew, cause the boy's father dipped out on him when he was young, so he never really had a father figure. Anyway, his cousins are two girls and some guy. The first daughter is a dumb bitch. She works in TV or something but still relies on her parents despite her advanced age, and the son is a coon. He's pretty funny, but he's a pussy who doesn't understand Negro culture, so the main character bullies him, but over time they grow to be friends or something, so it's a Drake and Josh ripoff, you know, seen as the show came out like last week. And the younger daughter is just iffy, like sometimes she'd be real and understanding of the struggles of a young Negro in the 1990s, and other times she'd be going on about how she's an adult but she doesn't follow through with it. In the middle of the series, the mom is pregnant with a new kid and he's born, but then out of nowhere he's like 4 years old despite being born like last year, like what the hell? And despite being a toddler, he's still smarter and more useful than his oldest sister, so it's all bad. And the family is served by a slave they got from England, and he constantly disrespects them, but if you think about it, they low-key deserve it, cause they'd be too lazy to make their own food. Like, why can't these niggas just get takeout every day then? Why hire a servant and make him call you master? That just brings up bad memories for our people. But I guess it's kind of okay though, cause he trained his whole life to be a servant, he has fun doing it, but if it was me, I couldn't go. Also, there's some DJ that the main character is friends with. He lusts after the oldest sister, but they just treat him like shit and throw him out like the garbage whenever he shows up. The DJ and the coon are the two funniest characters on the show, and they're like the reason the show is a classic. So throughout the series, they go from being kids in high school to being grown men in college. Also, the main character meets a girl and plans to marry her, but then his mom marries her dad and completely does them dirty. So at the end of the series, the rest of the family moves and gives the boy the keys to the streets, and that's how the show ends. There's not really much more I can say about this show because you guys should just watch it for yourself. Like, I remember seeing it as a kid, but I didn't pay much attention to it, but last year I watched it like damn near every day. Like most shows, it's at its best towards the middle, cause the first season isn't that interesting, and the last seasons are kind of weird, especially with that different ass actress playing the aunt out of nowhere, but it's still funny, so there's not really any complaints. Another good thing about the show is that nobody's a cunt, so it makes it easier to like and relate to the characters. Also, you may have noticed I haven't been using as much strong language. Well, that's because recently those yellow dollar signs have been fucking pillaging the asshole of my channel, so I'm trying to see how much I can get away with, and I've only said fuck like twice. It used to be okay when I would repeal, but now they've been getting turned down, so let's see if this is good enough. But yeah, the show is hard, so make sure you support the actor because he's kind of unknown and underrated, so he deserves the attention. Okay guys, make sure that when you subscribe you hit the notification button, because that lets you know whenever I make a new video, and as always, thanks for watching.